beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope you and your loved ones are doing awesome. I hope you guys are taking care of the best that you can. If you are having a hard time right now, I want you to know that you are not alone. I want you to know that I'm sending you the biggest hugs, positive energy, like healing energy, warmth, love, like all of the good vibes. I am here for you, and I know that I'm not the only one. I know that in our community and in the world in general, it's a hard time for a lot of people right now, and a lot of people are struggling. So if you are feeling that way, just know that you're not alone, and we'll get through this together. But sometimes things might be scary. I know that they definitely are scary for me right now. In the world in general, things are just crazy. And then also in day-to-day life and mental health problems, you know, it can be a lot. So I just want you to know you're not alone, and I'm here for you. I am happy that I was able to make a video today. I had a rough morning, started my morning with panic attacks, so that was really nice. Unfortunately, I have been having panic attacks a lot lately, so it wasn't, you know, surprising, but it was also like an overreaction. But, you know, I can't control that reaction, unfortunately. Very frustrating. But I am feeling much better now. It's later in the day, and I'm finally kind of pulling myself together. So I wanted to pop on here and check in with you guys, say hello, ask what you guys are up to, and kind of tell you what I'm up to. Honestly, like I said before, I haven't done a whole lot of crocheting, but I am starting to get back into it. I want to find some inspiration. So I have a couple different things I'm doing right now to find inspiration. So one thing is, hubby and I have been playing this game called Zenless Zone Zero. They, in that game, have these things called Bangoos. They're like little cute, like robot kind of things. They look kind of like, well, you know what? I'll just show you. They're kind of hard to explain. So I decided that I want to crochet them, and I actually have decided a while ago I wanted to crochet them, but after doing a recent event in the game, they had like Bangoos as like the focal point of it. I was like really feeling inspired to like want a crocheted Bangoo, so I was like, I'm gonna like just dive into this and try to really like grab onto that inspiration and that like motivation to crochet something. So I started to design a Bangoo. So this is Eos, which is like kind of the main protagonist's Bangoo, their main Bangoo. So here's kind of what I've got going on for my designing process. So I've got like the way that I want to make it all planned out. Like I'm gonna do it in layers kind of, and I've been like figuring out how I wanted to do it. So I got that all sketched out, and I started to work on the designing process, but I didn't get very far because I was getting very overwhelmed by the fur babies at the moment. They had just been like coming up, and like I would be like, okay, I love you, but I'm busy, and put them back on the floor, and then they would just come right back up. And I was getting really overwhelmed. So I was like, okay, you know what? I designed that. I'm going to call that good for today because it was pretty late. I was like, I'm going to call that good for today. But I picked out, some of the yarn that I'm going to be using for it because they're pretty basic colors. It's going to be white, black, and orange with a little bit of like a neon green or a lime green, and a little bit of silver. I believe that is all of the colors. So yeah, I'm planning on designing this, and I'm hoping to make a pattern for it, which is part of the reason that I'm like writing it down as I go and stuff like that. I could freehand this, but I really want to like design a pattern. I mean, it is still freehanding, but like if I freehand without designing a pattern, I just don't like think about the math of it at all, and like don't write things down, and just kind of like adjust it as needed and go with the flow. If while I'm working on it, I really just don't want to make a pattern at the moment, I will just let myself freehand it, because I right now am just trying to give myself some grace and do what like I can do. And if adding an extra layer of stress to it, of creating a pattern is too much for me right now, then I'm going to be like, okay, we're not going to do that right now. I can create a pattern for it at a later date. I want to make more than one Bangoo. There are tons of designs of Bangoo. So it will not be the only one I make. And this one I'm planning on it being like a relatively small one, because I'm thinking I'll probably do 2 different pattern designs, a larger and a smaller one, and then the smaller one will be like kind of keychain sized, and then, you know, the larger one will be like more of a normal standard plushie size. But those are kind of, you know, lofty goals, as I have a very bad tendency to not be able to just do something on like a reasonable scale, and I go too hard with things and I go too far with things and I stress myself out. I'm very bad at that. Very bad about that. I do that in every single thing I do. And without a doubt, I will probably end up doing that with this, but I just noticed my necklace is on backwards. Oh well. The other thing that I am playing with, and this was just today because I was having such a rough morning, I decided, you know what, I wanted to crochet. I've actually been feeling the itch to crochet today, but like I was lacking an inspiration feeling. I didn't want to work on this. I wanted to work on something not amigurumi. I wanted to make like a hat or a scarf or something like that. And I had a different idea earlier, got out a different yarn, sat down to do it, and I was like, I'm not feeling this. But you know what yarn I definitely was feeling? You guys remember this absolutely beautiful cake of yarn that I got from that little yarn shop, that local yarn shop? This was the Dream, what is it? Dream and Color yarn. This one. Super, super gorgeous. And it is Suzette. It is a light sport weight, and the colorway is Her Charisma. So here is the specs for that in case you are interested. You can screenshot, pause, whatever. So I decided I am going to let myself use this absolutely stunning yarn that I have just been like too afraid to commit to a project because it's so beautiful. So what happened was I just started it a little bit ago and I decided to make a hat. And so I was working on the brim of the hat. And then I was like, this yarn is too stunning for the project that I'm doing. I just didn't feel like this should be the brim of a hat. So I'm going to frog this out. And I spent some time looking at different patterns and thinking and asking my hubby. I was messaging him while he's at work, trying to get some input. And I decided I'm going to make a bucket hat. I know, and it was actually hubby's idea. He's the one who like profusely said I should make a bucket hat. I know I make a lot of bucket hats. Like that's probably the thing I've made for myself more than anything else. I mean, other than like amigurumi, I mostly make amigurumi, but I really enjoy wearing bucket hats, and I want this to be something that I can get a lot of enjoyment and life out of. Look how beautiful this yarn is working up, you guys. This is just the teeniest little swatch, and look how stunning. I'm so excited. This is like exactly what I needed right now. I needed something that was exciting and beautiful, and working up a yarn. My favorite thing is working with like variegated yarns and self-striping yarns, usually like with shorter stripes, because I don't like to wait forever for the color to change, but I love seeing the way that colors come out in like variegated and self-striping yarns. It adds so much fun to any project I'm making. Like, I just love to see how it all kind of comes together. So I'm really excited to make this bucket hat, and I am actually going to be doing a different style of bucket hat than I've done. I've done just a regular, like, I think it was half double crochets bucket hat before. I've done quite a few granny square bucket hats. That's like my go-to bucket hat design, is a granny square bucket hat. But for this one, I'm going to do a granny stitch bucket hat, and I'm going to do kind of a little bit of like a frillier bucket shape, you know, where it kind of ripples a little bit. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, you know what a ripple looks like this? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, you know, make it get bigger pretty quickly as it gets to the brim to kind of give it a little bit of a ripple. And I'm going to do granny stitches for this hat. So it's going to be different. and I think it's going to be stunning. If I start working up that in this yarn though, and I don't feel like that's the right stitch for this yarn, I will change it. And I'll have to mess with it, you know, but that's what I'm currently thinking, having not started it yet, but I'm really letting the yarn decide for me, like what it wants to be. So that is what I'm working on. Like I said, I'm feeling so much better right now, and I'm attributing a lot of it to this yarn and getting to work with this yarn. So I'm so glad that I kept it, waiting for like the perfect project to come along, because instead of it being like the perfect project coming along, it was the day I needed it, you know? So, and it inspired me that I wanted to get on here and make a video, because I have missed you guys and I've missed making videos. I absolutely hate that I haven't been putting out videos. Like, that really bothers me, and it does not help with the mental state, to feel like I'm failing so much, and like letting people down and letting myself down and like ruining all this like hard work I put into my channel. But I don't want to get like negative about it or anything. I'm just really trying to get to, you know, a more stable mental state so that I can do what I want to do. But this is what I am working on. So let me know what you guys are working on. Here's another look at what my Bangoo looks like. That's the design I'm going for. So this is what it looks like, the actual design, with the outfit and everything. This is like how I'm going to design it underneath, you know? And then there's like the back and everything. And there's Yuri over there. Anyways, guys, I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you're having a good week. Hope you guys are staying safe and protecting your sanity, and just trying to like get in a good mental space, or good, oh, what's the word? Not mental space. Headspace. Hopefully you guys are in a good headspace, or you're trying to get into a good headspace and protect your peace. That's what I'm really trying to work on, is protecting my peace, and, you know, being okay with the fact that I cannot fix everything that is wrong in the world, because I can't. And it is just, I want to, I wish I could. But anyways, guys, I'm going to work on this bucket hat. I'll see you guys again real soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and stay safe. Bye, guys.